Hello, I'm Seth Johnson with Land to House. So in today's tiny house video, we're going to be considering the composting toilet area. So as you can tell, I've got two buckets here. One is going to be for the poop or the solids, and the other is going to be for the urine. So I'm just kind of considering here the size that I want this space to be. Now it's going to be kind of closed in from the inside, and you're going to access these buckets from the outside. So there'll be a door that opens out there. So inside's kind of safe from all the dirty work. So let's see what we can do. So you'll notice I have the buckets placed side by side. Now my first thought when I originally made this was to have your feet over here on this. But then my girlfriend Ashley said, why not make your feet room over here? It'd be much more comfortable. So I'd like to put the bucket here and here and have a funnel that can be moved in front of the solids bucket and it'll divert into this bucket. So I'm thinking that to have enough room for the toilet seat and all that good stuff, we'll do about 22 inches here. So that'll give all this space for foot room. The first cut here is going to be 31 inches. So set that out. I am using treated boards because I want to put this against the concrete. Okay. So this 31-inch board will go right here. So now we need a 22-inch board for this other side. Okay. So 22-inch here. Get that cut. And here's our 22-inch board. So now I'm going to have to chip away some of this concrete back here that I spilled when making the foundation. Let's see if we can get some of this concrete put up here. I've found this little chisel to be very valuable. It's a Dasco Pro. It's the 5/8 cold chisel, but it seems to take up this stuff pretty easy. I have laid out the wood where I want it. Now it's time to get this attached to the concrete. So first of all, I'm going to take my pencil and just make sure I know exactly where I want this board. Both of them here. Alright, so just like with our bathroom walls, I'm going to use these wedge anchor 3/8, and it's a 3 3/4 inch long. To do that, I'm going to use a 3/8 inch bit. And first I'm going to just go through the wood here. I'm going to make sure I can see where that has hit down here. So next, I'm going to swap over from that wood bit to a 1/4 inch masonry bit, and I've got tape marked on here to distinguish or to determine how deep I'm to make this. So okay, and that should be about as far as I need. Okay, now I'm going to swap over to the larger 3/8 inch bit. let's see what we got here. About right here. Yep, that's it. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that hole is clean by just kind of pulling it out there. Okay. Now, I realize that you have to really make sure the hole that you drill through the wood is large enough. Because if it affects the screw here, or wedge, anchor, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, it gets stuck in the wood instead of stuck in the concrete. I made that mistake last time. Okay, that ought to do it. Make sure all that's clean. So what I'm going to do is put the screw through here, put the washer and the bolt on there, and then I'm just going to place this into the hole. Make sure it's all lined up once again. Then you take your hammer or sledge and do that. So now that thing is in there, not coming out. The two inside boards are done. Now it's time to work on this outside board. So let me find out what our measurements are in there. 25 inches. Okay, let's see how well that fits. Oh yeah, nice and tight there. Let's see. A little bit too tight, I believe. See if I can cut that down just a hair. So I just checked to see what the height of a typical toilet is, and it's 17 inches. But that's your traditional style, which is approximately this board right here. Now, there's something called a comfort height toilet, which adds 2 more inches to 19, which is up here. And I think what I'm going to do is just go with 19 to allow for the funnel to slide over the bucket to divert the urine. So, if there's not enough leg room, you just add a little stool down here or something. So, I mean, as far as getting up higher. So let's cut our box frame at 19 inches tall. So I started looking at this and realized I really don't like toenailing very much. So what I'm going to do is use this 25-inch board, put it here, and then drill out a spot so that this will stick through it. And just build my frame up from here so then I can just nail down onto the baseboard there. Let's see how well I can match up this right here. I think maybe I can just press on it and get the spot in there. Yeah, there we go. Almost deep enough. That does it right there. Very nice. I think this will go by better than having to toenail. I just don't care much for it. Not every day you get to build a toilet. Okay, let's see how well we did here. Looks pretty good to me. So I don't have any nails that are appropriate for this depth, but I'm just going to toss some 2-inch nails in here, and hopefully that'll be enough to keep it in there. I think that'll do pretty good. Well, there's the general base of the composting toilet. Have to come back and finish up tomorrow, I guess. But so it's really tall. Probably have to put another board or two down here as a step. But this will give room for both buckets plus a little extra, so I can adjust as needed. Well, a few days has passed now. The high today is supposed to be 45, but it's got to get above 25 to do that. So what I want to do next is measure from this bottom plate we installed up to here, and put side pieces on for the door of our composting toilet. .31 1/4. Have both of these boards cut down. They're going to go in here. So let's see if I can coax them in here a little bit. Nice tight fit. Now I'm going to use my level here and see. So my door is going to swing out from this piece over here, giving access to the inside. So up top, I just need a board to act as a stop for the door. And so I'm just going to take scrap pieces here and just nail it up here. To make sure that these side pieces stay firm in the position that they're in, I'm going to be using these concrete anchor screws, if you can see that. So first I'm going to drill the wood out here. Okay, and now we're going to swap over from a 1/4 inch bit to a masonry bit that is 3/16. Would have been nice if I had one of these for the front door, but got one now. It's amazing what happens when you have the right tool. Now I've got a nut driver, 5/16, and that fits these blue screws here. So okay, that's very tight. So I'm going to do one more on that board and then 2 on the other side, and we'll be done with that. Now it's time for a little bit of artistic creativity. So I'm going to put a board here along this wall that comes up to this point right here. Then I'll have a 2x6 that comes across here, all the way across to here. Then I'm going to make a little back to this whole shelf here. That way I can still access the buckets, but then this will be low enough for the toilet. So that's going to go there. So the board we need here will touch the ground, and it will be 32 3/4 inch. That went on just like the other two. Just used some of those concrete anchors. And now it's flush up here with the top. So now I just need to take this one and see, that's going to be exactly 11 inches. So I'm going to cut that board. To make installing this small board easier, I've gone ahead and put some, I drilled some holes and put some nails up through the bottom. And that way I can just easily, or hopefully easily, nail this thing in. There we go. That was pretty painless. The distance between our wall here and our stud is 32 inches. Okay, so I forgot to charge my saw. This may be our last cut here. Not exactly flat, is it? I measured across here and cut this board right here down. And so now I'm going to put some pilot holes for nails in here. I'm going to do that on both sides, I suppose. Now, I'm going to place this up here. Get a couple of nails started. Then use my level to make sure this is where it should be. Right there. Okay. Just got another one of these cut. The reason I'm in such a hurry today is because I'm going to talk to a fellow about a hydraulic ram pump. Okay, that's going to have to do for today. I'll come back next time and get more done.